the Schmo with the pro. He's 15-6. He's the number 2 ranked UFC middleweight in the world. The killer gorilla, Jared Cannonier, here at the MMA Lab. How we doing?
We are doing good as always, Schmo. We're doing real good. How are you doing, my man?
The Schmo can't complain. It's always great to see you, man. I know we were supposed to fight Sean Strickland October 15th. He had the injury. The Schmo saw him sparring. He got that finger infected, postponed to December 17th.
Yes, got his finger infected fighting some yuck mouth motherfuckers in his gym, apparently. But, you know, he's back. Got his finger sewn up, cleaned out, and all that good stuff. And we're back on for December 17th. And I'm happy that he's still around. We can get it going. Do the man dance, as he calls it.
Do it the man dance way. What was your initial reaction when you found out that you had to postpone the fight? Maybe it was a change in opponent. What was your initial reaction?
I was thinking it could have been a few things. Definitely the fight being postponed because there was nobody available to that was going to move me in the right direction. So I was hoping it was going to be scheduled sooner, but no, that wasn't the case. So I have to wait a whole another 6 months for my last fight, which is not something that I didn't want to do. But you know, it is what it is. I'm definitely grateful that I have a fight. I have a willing opponent, and I'm here at the gym ready to get some work in.
Looking yoked too, man. Those veins popping out, looking swole as always.
Absolutely. You know, the sun's not out, but the guns are always out.
Always.
Yes, always out, especially in my nice shirt here. Shout out to the Crimson Council for hooking me up with this jersey. But yes, you know, I got to show them off every now and then, you know, especially here in Phoenix. It's so hot here, and you can't be covering them up all the time.
Of course, man. Now talk to the Schmo for a second, man. It seemed like you and Izzy spoke inside the octagon after the fight. The Schmo knows you had a lot of respect for the man prior to the fight, but what kind of level of respect do you have for him after the fight? Has that changed at all?
No, it hasn't changed. I definitely, you know, respect him all the same. As a competitor, you know, he did exactly what I figured he was going to try to do, score some points and stay out of the way of my big shots, and he did it very well. You know, he pulled out the Mayweather. He pulled the Mayweather effect, if you will. You know, the hit and not get hit sort of tactic. So, you know, he did very well in his application of his game plan. So, it is what it is. It definitely showed me some things, adjustments that I have to make as far as being able to compete at this level. Going in there trying to take that belt is the goal. So what do I have to do to do that? One thing that I have to do is definitely up my output. You know, everybody, when I look at my stats, my punch count is low, which I think is good because it didn't take much for me to get the job done. But I didn't get the job done last time, so it definitely takes a little bit more. So that's one thing I'm working on.
Well, one thing that might happen to you is facing a new type of guy at 185 pounds, Khamzat Chimaev. He's moving up to 185. At least that's what he hints on social media. Do you think you're going to have to face that guy in order to fight for a title, or how do you see that one playing out?
Well, that depends on how he does in his first few fights in the division. If they give him, there's talks of him fighting Costa. That's jumping him right at the top of the pack. So it's definitely a possibility that I could be fighting him sooner than later. My thoughts on him as an opponent is, he's a damn good grappler. You know, he's really good at taking guys down and progressing from there. He's just not a crotch sniffer. So hats off to him for being a fighter, as far as using his wrestling to fight, not just using his wrestling. With that being said, you know, here at the lab we train for all that. And if we do end up crossing each other's paths, our camp is going to be catered not solely towards, but going to be catered towards fending off wrestlers and knocking them out like I always do.
If you take the killer gorilla's name out of the hat, out of the equation for a second, is Robert Whittaker the most deserving to fight for the next title shot?
Yes, absolutely. In name alone, you know, the things that he's done, but after his last fight with Izzy, the way he just handled Vittori, yeah, he's definitely up there, top 3 fighters at the very least. He is number 1, you know, but yes, he's definitely the most deserving at this point. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I did hear him say he's the most dangerous man in the division, and my ego screaming to the top of its lungs in the back of my head, saying, "No, he's not. You're the most dangerous man in the division." But he can say what he wants about himself, and I would like to test that. I would like to fight him
Without a broken arm.
Yeah, without a broken arm. He did break my arm.
He did first round. Yeah.
That was him. He did the breaking. Yeah. He did the breaking of the arm, but it didn't put me. It didn't stop me. It certainly didn't make me not want to be in there fighting him at the moment. So I haven't had any feelings of not wanting to be in there and fighting anybody. So I would love to get in there and experience what it is he's talking about, or put a stamp on that, show him who really is the most dangerous man in the division. So.
Speaking of dangerous men, Sugar Sean O'Malley, he walks through these doors at times. He's fighting Pewter Yan, UFC 280 in Abu Dhabi, number 13th ranked guy against the number 1 guy. Why is Sugar Sean O'Malley going to shock the world, Mr. Killer Gorilla?
Because Suge puts in the work, man. Suge is a master of his craft, for sure. And he's been dissecting these fighters, the bantamweights, how the ebb and flow of the game. He's always ahead of it, you know what I'm saying? If not, right there neck and neck with it, So, Sugar's a man, he's always up in his game, inside and out and outside of the octagon. So as many different examples that I take out of him from watching him. Not to mention his style is very entertaining to watch, and it's effective as well. When I watch him land his shots, do his moves and stuff, it's just not things he's pulling out of his ass, you know what I'm saying? He's working, he's practicing these things, and he's wired to do them. So it's very fun watching him. When he goes in there in Abu Dhabi and gets a shine on that big stage, it's going to be well deserved. And I'm just going to be entertained, watching, eating, throwing popcorn, probably eating some, throwing it up in the air, screaming at the top of my lungs.
Terrell Owens-esque. Can we get a final message for the Killer Gorilla fans out there worldwide?
Shit, I don't even know what to say except for, you guys know what it is. I don't even know what to say. Y'all know what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to play no games. I love this sport, and I appreciate all you fans for sticking with me, tuning in, and all the ones who sent me encouraging remarks after the last fight. It really means a lot to me. Those who sent the opposite, you guys are funny. Other than that, love, peace, and hair grease.
There it is. He's the pro. I'm the Schmo, the MMA Lab. We're out. Hair grease.
That's great. I had to take it back old school right there.